Hi, I'm Raya, and this is a Wondering About Wolves. Today, we're looking at the Wolves versus Leicester match preview.
Yes, the big game coming up at Molineux. So, what's first on the agenda?
The information about the game.
Okay, so what information have you been finding out for this one?
Wolves had gone 8 games without a league win before beating Arsenal, but their 5 defeats in that run were all by a single goal.
Right, so in that 8-game winless run, 3 of them were draws and 5 defeats. And those 5 games we did lose were all just by a single goal.
Tiny bit.
Yeah.
We're losing by that much.
Yeah, fine margins. It makes you think, oh man, if we could have just got a draw in a couple of them games and then won a couple that we drawed, those small, fine margins. If it just went the other way a little bit, things would be looking a lot better. Yeah, it's interesting that we've only been losing by a single goal.
So it's not like we've been hammered.
No, we're not being like hammered. Yeah,
Interesting.
Interesting little point you found there.
Wolves are 14th in the table, Leicester are 3rd. So they're in the top 3.
Yeah.
They'll be looking to push up to
Champions League. Yeah, they will,
yeah.
They're having a good season, Leicester.
They are.
They'll be hoping for Champions
They're
League.
in good form, aren't they?
Yeah, they'll be hoping for a top 4 finish. They won't be thinking that they should get it because there's teams that expect it.
Yeah.
Leicester, if they could get it, it'd be great. I think they'll definitely be hoping for Europa League.
Oh yeah, they should definitely get that where they are now.
Europa League. That they should be achieving that.
Yeah.
They've done enough work to get that. They've got themselves in a good position. But maybe even top 4 because of how well they're going. And it's been a really successful season. Obviously, we're down in 14th and we're not doing as well this season. But you never know. It's all on the day. Yeah, Leicester are doing a lot better than us this season. But on the day, it could be we turn up and play well and they turn up and play badly. Yeah.
Leicester beat Wolves 1-0 earlier in the season.
Yeah, that's
that
true.
That was by 1-0.
That's another one. That's another game where
1-0.
just a 1-goal difference. That was controversial as well because in that game they scored a penalty and it wasn't a penalty. It was given as a handball against Max Kilman, and it wasn't intentional handball. Since then though, the handball rule has calmed down a lot.
Yeah, if it's a natural position, you can't move.
That's
then
right.
It's not.
I think if the laws were back then as they are now, that wouldn't have been given as a penalty, and then we could have got a 0-0 draw out the game.
So maybe would have got that would be another
an extra point on the board, wouldn't it? Yeah, but. The laws were different back then, and the handball was given against Kilman, and unfortunately, because of that, we lost the game.
Yeah.
What's next on the agenda?
What we need to worry about for this game.
Oh God. Okay then. What we got to worry about?
Behind this one.
Yeah.
Jamie Vardy will be back for Leicester. He scores all their goals as well.
He's their main man, isn't he? He's the guy who puts the ball in the back of the net for Leicester. It's a big worry for us, and he's been out for a few games. So I was just hoping, he'd miss our game. Just miss us and come back one after. But it has to be Wolves, doesn't it?
It has to be.
He's back for Wolves. He's back to play us. So hopefully we can keep him quiet. But it is worrying because Jamie Vardy is their talisman. He's the man who they look to supply the goals.
Yeah. Leicester have lost only 1 away game all season.
Have they really?
Yeah.
They've only lost 1 away game all season.
Only 1.
You're finding some good facts here. Yep.
I'm on the research.
Yeah, you're doing a good job. Yeah, I knew they were having a good season away from home. I didn't realise they only lost 1 all season away from home. Just because to show the effect of no fans in grounds has been massive this season. A lot of teams have been doing a lot better away from home than they would normally.
Yeah.
And if you look at the stats for the whole season, there's been more away wins than ever before.
Yeah.
It's never happened before like that. More away wins than a home. It's incredible. It just shows the effect that fans have on the game.
It boosts the confidence of the players.
It does. It gives them that push, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It gives them that drive. When you get behind them, you're cheering them on. And obviously, we've seen that because the difference has been unbelievable in the amount of away wins. And Leicester are obviously one of the teams who've done really well away from home and benefited. But I wonder, if their record would be the same, if fans were in the ground, I don't think they'd only lost 1 all season then. I think that's just another team who's benefited from fans not being there.
Wolves have got injury problems at left back.
Well,
we all know this. Noor is out. We don't know what's happened to Saïs. Marcel's injured.
Johnny, obviously, long-term injury. He's been out a long time. Yeah, so in the last game we had to play Kilman left back, didn't we? He did okay.
Neto wasn't getting back helping. He's not attacking.
He was left isolated sometimes, and some people have sort of said, "Oh, Kilman was rubbish and whatever." But I think you have to look at the fact that he's not a left back. And
it's a different position.
Neto was playing in front of him, and Neto was playing very high up the pitch, so he was left isolated. So
It was hard.
It was difficult for him. Saka's very quick, and like I said before in a previous video, we gave Arsenal so much time in midfield to just pick the passes. If there was pressure on the ball,
to Saka and Kelman was there to defend.
if there was pressure on the ball on people like Thomas Partey in midfield, he wouldn't have been able to keep dropping that ball over Kilman. But the press wasn't quick enough at all. Well, the press was non-existent.
No.
So he was just getting the freedom to ping balls, and that was causing us a lot of trouble. So it wasn't all down to Kilman. There was other reasons in the match why we struggled in that area of the pitch. Whether he'll go with Kilman at left back again, I don't know. We ain't got a lot of options. Possibly he could bring in Hoover and switch Semedo over.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. But you're right, we've got big injury problems at left back.
Yeah. Next on the agenda is Dylan's Fact of the Day. If any of my secrets appear in the Sun newspaper, I know it's going to be because of Rebecca Vardy. Thanks for that, Dylan. Next on the agenda is the teams.
Okay, so you've picked your team that you would play, and you've picked a team that you think Nuno will play. So tell us your team first.
The formation I'd go with is a 5-3-2.
Oh, right, so straight away you're changing from the Arsenal game.
Yeah.
Because at the Arsenal game we played four at the back. Why have you gone with the 5 instead of the 4?
Because I think we need to be a bit more defensive, because Leicester are very attacking
But so
team.
are Arsenal, right?
But Jamie Vardy's back.
Yeah, but Arsenal's an attacking team, we went with 4.
Good point.
But
they were down to 9 men.
yeah, but the one at the start of the game, and we played with a 4 at the start of the game, didn't we?
Yeah, but we wasn't as we were shaky, I think, when we was against Leicester.
We was, yeah. That's a good point. You know, we were very shaky, so in order to try and shore things up, logically, he could go with 5 at the back, and that's what you would do anyway.
Yeah,
You go, okay, yeah, fair enough.
So I'd have Patricio in goal.
Yeah.
He did better last time.
He did have a good game last time with Patricio, yeah.
Then Hoover at right back. Bolly, Cody Kilman centre defence.
Yeah.
And Semedo left back.
Okay, so you're moving Kilman inside to play as a centre back now with Bolly and Cody, and you're bringing Hoover into the team.
And then Semedo.
And Semedo. So yeah, I'll see what you've done. I'm very interested to see who you're dropping then and him taking out the team to bring in
Okay.
Hoover. And you've gone for 3 midfield?
Yeah, and then
Again, there was only 2 against Arsenal, yeah. Against Arsenal we only had Neves and Martinho.
But if you think about it, our 2 midfielders scored, so...
Yeah, 2 midfielders scored. There's only 2 of them in there though. And you going with 3 again?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So you're changing things, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm changing.
So I think some fans would just stick with that team because they won it. But it's interesting what you think anyway. Tell us the 3 midfielders.
Then I'd have Duncan, Neves, Martinho. Neves and Martinho scored.
Yeah, so what you're doing is, right, so you've brought Hoover in, you've brought Dendoncker in, and we're only left with 2 up front. So that means you've dropped
Jose and Neto.
So you're dropping Traore and you're dropping Pedence.
Yes.
That's a big call. It's a brave call as a manager to say, right, I know Traore's popular. I know Pedence gets people off the seats. Those are 2 entertaining flair players that the Wolves fans like to see. And you saying, I'm going to take them out, I'm going to put an extra defender in and an extra midfielder in because you're that worried about how shaky we looked.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And we was lucky we was down to 9 men.
But yeah,
I mean, we were good at 9 men.
Yeah, oh yeah, we did well there. But it was against 9 men.
It's 9 men, not 11 against 9, you know.
Well, that's interesting. It shows how worried you were by that first half an hour when we could have been 4-0 down. Yeah.
We could have been 4-0.
So you're going to go a lot more solid. And I suppose you got them there on the bench, haven't you? So if we want to attack later and if we chase in the game...
We bring Adama, Pedence on for the speed.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's interesting thoughts. Show us what you think Nuno's going to do then.
I think Nuno's going to play a different formation.
Okay.
I think he's going to do 5-2-3.
Right. So you think he's going to stick with just the 2 midfielders? But what you think, instead of having like Pedence, Traore, Jose and Neto up top, he's going to take one of them out and put an extra defender in and go with 5 at the back?
Yes.
Right, okay. So what defence do you think he'll play?
I think, well, he'll have Patricio. I think he'll do the same defence.
The same as you. So he's going to go with Hoover and Semedo and then Bolly, Cody, Kilman. Right, okay. Yeah.
And then
what 2 midfielders?
Neves and Martinho.
You think he'll stick with Neves and Martinho? Right, so who's he going to go with up top?
Traore, Jose and Neto.
So you think the only change Nuno will make is he'll take Pedence out and he'll bring in Hoover to play with 5 at the back and just go with 3 up top?
He'll take Traore and put Dendoncker
No,
And
that's
so
what.
I put Dendoncker, so we'll take Dendoncker out and put Traore
Yeah,
in.
yeah. Compared to your team,
Compared to my
your team, you think he will take Dendoncker out of your team that you play, and he play Traore instead. Yeah, I understand. This is very interesting. You know, it's interesting stuff because there is things for us to think about. Yes, we're happy that we won.
Yeah.
It was great to win, and we did look good sometimes in the second half. But we were terrible, weren't we, for the first half an hour or so? My God, we could have been 4-0 down. So, you know, everything ain't rosy in the garden. So should we stick with that team that started? Or should we maybe try and solidify things a bit? It's Nuno's call, and you can look at it either way. You can say, let's play on the front foot, let's get at them, let's attack, let's try and win the game, and play Pedence and Traore and Jose and Neto. Or you can say, oh, I think we need to be a little bit more solid because we looked really shaky. Let's go with 5 at the back and 3 in midfield.
I think we just need to go back to basics.
Okay.
Make sure we get draws.
Yeah,
or
just,
wins instead of just keep losing.
Yeah, just try and be solid. You'd like us maybe
losing.
just to try and be more solid and maybe try and get some 0-0s or 1-0s and not be as attacking and not have as much flair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's interesting. Interesting thoughts. Thanks for sharing your thoughts.
And
so,
then
what's next on the agenda?
The prediction.
Well, okay. What are you
To
going
be
for?
honest, I think we're going to lose.
Do you?
I wish I was a bit more optimistic and happy and hopeful, but I think it's going to be 3-1 to Leicester.
Well, you know, you've said what you think we're going to lose, and I think that shows in the team you've picked.
Yeah.
That shows you're worried. You think we're going to lose. You've put 3-1 to Leicester, and I think that worry of yours shows in your team selection because you've got 5 at the back, you've got 3 midfield. It shows that you're concerned because you're trying to make things very solid and difficult to break down for Leicester. You're not going at them and attacking. You're more negative in your mindset.
Yeah.
So your team reflects your prediction.
And then my goal scorer
Jose, you said, didn't you?
Jose.
Did you say Jose already?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jose.
Yeah.
Exactly, see you've written down.
Yeah.
He's been doing well. He's a good bet for a goal. I'd like him to get his first goal. His plays deserved it. His performances have been good. I am normally less optimistic than you. Normally, you're the one saying wins and draws, and I'm a bit like, oh, I don't know, I think we might lose. So this time it's changed.
Oh,
You're saying you think we're going to lose. I'm going for a draw. So I'm not going wild.
I'll take that.
I'm not going crazy saying we're going to win. You know, I ain't.
We're going to win 6-0.
I ain't pushing it that far.
I wish.
But I think a draw. I'm going to go for a draw. A 1-1. I'm going to go for a 1-1
Who's your goal
draw.
scorer for Wolves?
For my goal scorer, I'm going to go for Max Kilman. A header.
Off a set piece.
A header from a set piece. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go for.
Max Kilman, get up there.
Send him up there when there's a corner and a free kick. Get him up there with Bolly.
Yeah.
Get the big fellas up, as you say.
Yes, he does in Dave's video.
Yeah, get the big fellas up there. So I'll go for Kilman. I'll go for a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
So is that all for today?
Next, it's just a sign off. That's it.
All right, then you can carry on with that as normal.
Okay. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below your predictions for the game. And make sure
You know, when you say subscribe, how much do people have to pay to subscribe?
Nothing.
They don't have to pay any money to do the subscribe.
No money.
Not even 50 pence?
Nothing. 0 pence. Nothing.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
And make sure you join us.
Is there an admin fee though? To subscribe, is there an admin fee?
No. And make sure you join us next time.
You know, for the subscribe though, if you say there's no admin fee, that's great. But what about a standing order?
No. Make sure you join us next time for the Wolves versus Leicester match review.
How about a direct debit?
Stop it!